Top 10 most beautiful tennis courts in the world. If you don't have a tennis bucket list, now's the time to make one. We've rounded up the world's 10 most picturesque tennis courts, from Australia to Africa to Arizona. So dust off your passport and get ready for a serious case of tennis wanderlust. Where? Schatzheide, Austria. This 400-year-old family-run hotel sits at the foot of the stunning Austrian Alps. In addition to the 6 indoor tennis courts, there are 8 outdoor red clay courts with a ridiculously beautiful mountain backdrop. As if that weren't enough, the resort is also home to a 5-star health spa, 7 swimming pools, horse stables, and a golf course. It was voted as the most beautifully setting in the world to play tennis, according to Business Insider, and is also known for being the #1 rated tennis camp in Europe. You'll never want to leave. Court fees range between $15 and $32 and non-guests are welcome. Where? Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. Imagine watching wild zebras and giraffes graze the savanna plains of the Serengeti, all alongside a tennis court. This is actually possible at Tanzania's Singida Sabara, a 1920s-style explorers camp set on a 350,000-acre private game reserve. Working up a sweat on the clay court before a safari that brings you this close to cheetahs, elephants, and baboons. The stuff of dreams. Singita Sabora. Tented Camp has 9 self-contained suites that all include private pantries, dining, and fitness areas, as well as meditation decks, where guests can rest, relax, and immerse themselves in wellness activities like outdoor yoga, while outdoor salas with secluded daybeds overlooking one of Sabora's 2 waterholes make for uninterrupted game viewing. Courts are for resort guest use only. Where? San Francisco, California, located in Marina. Sitting high atop Russian Hill and George Sterling Park, operated under the SF Public Utilities Commission, are the Alice Marble Tennis Courts, offering breathtaking views of the city and the bay. The facility includes 4 tennis courts, a full-court basketball court, and a practice wall. Beware. The views are so distracting, you may take your eyes off the ball. Alice Marble was the world's top women's tennis player at one time, winning 18 Grand Slam championships between 1936 and 1940. Where? Perth, Western Australia. Not only is this one of Australia's oldest tennis clubs, it's also one of its most picturesque. The 30-court facility, 22 of which are grass, is located in Kings Park, the largest urban park in the world, 5 minutes from the center of Perth, Australia. There's nothing quite like playing to the sound of kookaburras cackling and the smell of eucalyptus trees. It was originally called the Mount Tennis Club and included 2 asphalt courts. Later, lawn tennis, bowls, and croquet facilities were added. Where? Positano, Italy. This hard court is nestled between the terraced cliffs of the sun-kissed Amalfi Coast. Anyone else down for sipping limoncello between sets and then going for a post-match dip in the Mediterranean Sea just a few yards away? Courts are for resort guest use only. Il San Pietro is the only hotel in Positano with direct access to a private beach. The beach is a natural cove surrounded by crystal-clear waters with a solarium and bar by the sea. Where? Kohala Coast, Hawaii. Located on the northwest coast of Hawaii's Big Island in majestic Kwanaoa Bay is this iconic 5-star resort. Follow up a morning spent enjoying the white sand beach with a hit on one of the resort's 11 oceanside courts, or take part in a private lesson, daily clinic, or tournament. The club has regularly been named one of the top 10 tennis resorts in the world. Its hallmark is its 9 premier courts at the ocean's edge, plus 8 new pickleball courts. All courts have been resurfaced with Rebound Ace to provide guests the best playing conditions possible. The Seaside Tennis Club is one of the largest and most highly sought-after tennis experiences in Hawaii and provides all the services available at the best private luxury tennis clubs. Courts are 25-hour. Where? Halkidiki, Greece. Rafael Nadal's newest tennis facility opened this April at the Sani Resort in northern Greece. Modeled after his successful center in Cancun, Mexico, the facility features 8 brand-new clay courts and a team of tennis pros who've all undergone rigorous training at Rafa's Academy in his hometown of Mallorca, Spain. We're not sure what sounds better: daily swims in the azure waters of the Aegean Sea, or our tennis game getting the Rafa treatment. The goal is to provide high-quality tennis coaching so that guests and residents of the area can play and take classes as part of various programs that are customized according to the different player profiles. Courts are for resort guest use only from April-October. Where? Newport, Rhode Island. You'll feel like you've stepped back in time when you visit these historically important courts. From 1881 till 1914, the facility was home to the U.S. National Championship, the tournament which later became the U.S. Open. Today, visitors can play on any one of the facility's 13 grass, 6 hard, and 1 clay court. Bonus: there's also a museum which houses 1,900 artifacts of tennis history, vintage tennis equipment, and period attire. The International Tennis Hall of Fame is a nonprofit organization with the goal of preserving, celebrating, and inspiring the sport of tennis around the world. The courts are the nation's oldest grass courts continuously used. They are also the only competition, grass courts that are open to the public to play on. You will need a reservation, though. For non-members, courts start at $56 plus a guest fee. Newport Tournament is the only North American professional tournament held on a grass court and features 32 of the world's top players. The victor will take home $500,000 and the Van Allen Cup. This is a perfect location to host a cocktail party for a few hundred of your closest friends outside on the Horseshoe Piazza. There's also a function room upstairs that can comfortably hold about 70 people for a sit-down dinner. Where? Nevis, West Indies. Travel to the tiny Caribbean island of Nevis, which is only 36 square miles large and boasts of having no building taller than a coconut tree, and find the luxurious Four Seasons Resort. When the Four-Season Resort Nevis opened in 1991, it guaranteed that it would attract the attention of tennis players by building a racquet sports complex with 8 hard, red clay, and artificial grass courts, and later supplemented those with 4 pickleball courts, all wrapped around the central plaza of the sports pavilion. Although the tennis still has to compete with the beach, a battle it will almost always lose between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., and it also shares center stage with a Robert Trent Jones 3i golf course laid out on the slopes of the 3,232-foot dormant volcano of Nevis Peak directly behind. Nevertheless, this has emerged as one of the foremost tennis destinations in the Caribbean. Courts are for resort guest use only. Where? Sedona, Arizona. Take to the one of the 5 outdoor hard courts nestled between the towering red rock cliffs of Boynton Canyon in the resort's 70-acre estate. Follow it up with a sunset cocktail on the resort's patio and watch the surrounding canyon turn a dozen shades of crimson. Modeled on a Pueblo village, the 218-room resort huddles near the cottonwoods and creek at the entrance to a narrow canyon layered with vivid red rock and pearly limestone. At its core rises a 3-story clubhouse containing an indoor-outdoor restaurant and a lounge. Wraparound terraces take in that canyon spectacle, and so does a swimming pool and a rooftop stargazing deck. Staying there means bedding down in a spacious room or suite, some with Kiva-style fireplaces, and awaking to watch the sun rise across high desert landscape with stone temples. Purchase a day pass for $38 for access to the tennis courts.